Hey guys, Luke here. Just want to run through the events real quick. Had a couple of questions that keep popping up. Nothing overly technical, but we'll just kind of run through a few of the different things that may pop up on these different events. Event number one is called Get a Grip. It's a 12-minute AMRAP. Each division starts out with a jump rope and then synchro alternating dumbbell snatches, then toes to bar or leg raises, then some synchro burpees, and then a gymnastics variation at the end. As many rounds as we can in 12 minutes. I'll quickly just talk about it from an RX perspective, and then we'll talk about the intermediate and scaled after that. RX starts out with 50 double unders. Each lane is going to have a box. If you did last year's Frostbite, it's going to be the same setup as last year. Looks like it's about a 10 by 15 box taped off on the floor. All of your movements will take place in that box. The jump rope, only one partner can have the rope in their hands at a time, but you can break that up any way you want to. So it starts with 50 double unders. Partner one can knock them all out. Partner one can do some. Partner two picks up their rope, they can do some. However you want to go about breaking up those 50 double unders. Second movement then is 20 synchro alternating dumbbell snatches. Again, can happen anywhere in the box. Facing each other, my partner's here, I'd be facing my partner directly in front of me. If we're situated this way, we're facing this way. Just facing your partner. Only one head of the dumbbell has to touch the floor at the bottom, not two. I've had that question quite a bit. The only synchro is going to be at the very top. So if one meets, or if one gets there before the other one, they need to wait for the other one to get there. Once you lock out at the top, both partners locked out at the same time, that's where the rep is good. After that, you can go however you need to get back to that position on the other side. You can switch hands on the way down, you can switch on the ground. Again, only one head of the dumbbell needs to touch the floor. Getting that full lockout, if we're switching on the way down, one head, full lockout on the other side. We've all done a ton of dumbbell snatches. Just make sure we get that elbow locked out at the top. We're not bent elbow, we're not out to the side, but we're up tall in full lockout at the top. The only difference between divisions there is going to be the weight of the dumbbell. Toes to bar after that for RX, 15 of them can be broken up any way you want to, only one partner on the rack at a time. All of the single bars, each lane will have one single bar. They'll all be set to the same height. It'll be a little bit shorter than this. I've got to adjust this one. Each lane will have at least one dirty south bar and two inner bars. If you're a taller athlete, you may find the taller bars in the middle will be your go-to for the toes to bar. Hand raised, that's me. After the 15 toes to bar, then we go 10 synchro burpees. We sink on the floor, chest to the ground, thighs to the ground, wait for the other partner to get there. At that point, both partners need to hit full extension at the top, hands over the head, hips opened up, knees opened up, feet off the ground. That part doesn't have to sink. The only part that sinks is on the floor. Okay, so chest to the floor. So the snatch, the sink is at the top. The burpee, the sink is at the bottom. 10 synchro burpees, that's across all divisions. RX then goes on to 5 bar muscle ups. Again, we're gonna have the one single bar. Some people can do them on a dirty south bar. You absolutely can do that. We're not going to be able to do them on the inner bars. Those inner bars are the double stacked bars. So it'll either be on the single bar or the dirty south bars. 5 bar muscle ups, again, full lockout at the top. Can be one person doing them all, can break it up any way you need to. Finish those 5 bar muscle ups, head back to the jump rope, and start on round number 2. The differences between divisions for the jump rope, both RX and intermediate have double unders. Scaled has 50 single unders. The synchro alternating dumbbell snatches are the same across all divisions except for the weight of the dumbbells. I don't have those on me, but I believe RX and intermediate are both 50 and 35. I want to say 35 and 20 for scaled, but make sure you check your division for that. Toes to bar. Both RX and intermediate have full toes to bar. Making sure that I did talk about this, but make sure we get both feet to the bar and make sure that the heels are breaking the plane on the backside. The standard toes to bar standards there. Scaled is going to go a kipping straight or straight leg raise. It's called a straight leg raise. There can be some bend in the knee, but all we're looking for is getting the toes above the hips at the top. I think you can see me here. So even if the knees are bending, as long as the toes are getting above the hip line, that'll count as a good rep. If the toes aren't getting above the hip line, that's going to be a no rep, okay? 15 there for scaled, 15 toes to bar for RX and intermediate. The burpees are the same across all divisions, 10 synchro burpees. Again, only having to sink at the bottom. 5 bar muscle ups for RX, 10 chest to bars for intermediate, making sure that we make physical contact with that bar at the top. Can you open the door? Make sure we make contact with the chest at the top. And then scaled has 15 ring rows. The rings are going to be set up bottom of the rings, 36 inches, I believe it is, above the ground. There's going to be a plate out in front. There's going to be a line on the floor. Feet need to be in front of that line. Body stays flat. The rep is counted when the rings make contact with the chest. Full extension at the bottom, make contact at the top. 15 of those, again, can be broken up any way you want to. 12 minutes, as many rounds as we can.